Hello, hello everybody. My name's Tracy Di Bartolo, Thermomix consultant, and I'm going to be here with you just for a few minutes doing condensed milk. I'll get started because there is a few minutes of cooking in the beginning, but it is super simple. So basically there is just 40 grams of unsalted butter, and the next thing is 125 grams of water. So we're just going to pop both of those in there, and we are going to heat that for 3 minutes on Veroma on speed 2. So effectively all that we're really doing right now is we are heating the water and the butter together, heating it beautifully and softly, and then after that it's about just 30 seconds more. So condensed milk is one of those things that I don't use very often. I try to tell myself that it's a health food, but I know it's not. So the slice that I'm going to be making later today is a caramel macadamia slice. So I decided on that, and then I checked out the ingredients and realised that it needed condensed milk. I don't have any tins of condensed milk in my cupboard because I've stopped buying that sort of thing a long time ago. I'm figuring that if I need it, I'll just make it. So that's why I am just making it. And it will take me 3 minutes and 30 seconds of me not doing much at all, actually. Just putting the ingredients in, letting the machine do its work. So if there is anybody out there watching me live now, just give me a wave, give me a thumbs up, etc. I ask this every time because it's all very new to me. So it's just nice to know if there's people out there. And even if you're watching me after the fact, that's okay, in your own time. Just write a comment, tell me what you use condensed milk for. Maybe I can get some more ideas. My husband loves some muesli bars that I make, and he loves them because they're full of condensed milk. So I do use it for that as well. Okay, so we have just got another minute and a bit to go. So after this is finished heating through, we're going to add the remaining ingredients, which is just 180 grams of raw sugar. This is why it's not a health food. And 110 grams of milk powder. I tend to just buy the milk powder from Coles or Woolies, or you could buy a brand name. I haven't found that there's much difference at all. So whatever you have got access to is fine. And then the last ingredient is just a pinch of salt to offset all that sweetness, I suppose. With condensed milk, I will just check my tips in Cookie Dough, which I've got in front of me. So it says it will last in the fridge for up to a couple of weeks. But as I make it just when I need it, that's not really that relevant. But if you do make it and maybe you don't use it all, pop it in a sterilised jar in the fridge to make sure that you can keep it for as long as possible. But I do recommend up to 2 weeks. I guess it's just, something that will go off eventually. Not like the one that you get in the can, which I think will outlast us all. All right, next step is the sugar. So just be really careful when you're taking off your lid when it's been steaming at the Veroma speed. So being very careful, tearing my scales, because taking the lid off, of course, adjusts that. So in goes my sugar into my melted butter and water. And the next is the 110 of the milk powder. So I just try and spread it around so that it's not on top of the blades too much. Try and get it into the liquid of the butter and the water. And then the last thing is literally a pinch of salt, lid back on, and for 30 seconds on 80 degrees, and it's going to be on speed 10. Now what will happen is it will start off slow, and then it will really ramp up. There we are. Now again, be careful when you're taking the lid off. That was speed 10. So that's flicked it all up onto the lid. So being just mindful that it will be all on the lid like that. Give it a good wipe around. And obviously once we've got this out, you'll need to let it cool off before you use it in your recipes, by and large anyway. I guess check the recipe that you're using it for. If it's going to be heating the condensed milk a lot, then you could probably just use it straight away. Okay, give you a look at that. Look at that condensed milk goodness. Right. Is even better than the canned one. In my humble opinion, of course. Okay, I'm pouring it into a glass jar because it is quite hot. Look at that, guys. I think I might be licking the my spatula at the end of it. Done. Okay. Leave a little bit in there for me for later. There we are. So that's given us pretty much close to 400 mils, which I think is what you get in a can anyway. So for the few little ingredients of some butter, some sugar, some water, and a bit of the milk powder, sorry, brain fade, yeah, it's going to cost you next to nothing anyway, and you know that it's fresh and beautiful. So that's all from me. I'm going to go and make my caramel macadamia slice now, and I might even post a picture of it after I've done it so you can see how yummy it looks. Thank you again for joining me. See you another time. Bye.